Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to another anime review, and today I am looking at High Score Girl, brought to you over in America by Netflix. And is this anime a knockout, or is it just another nostalgic cash-in? Let's find out right now with my review of High Score Girl.
What are you? Hey, what are you kids doing?
So if you grew up in the 90s, if you remember anything about the arcade scene at that point in time, you would know arcades was at the boom, and the video game home consoles was a very interesting time with the PC Engine, the NES, Sega Saturn, PlayStation, so on and so on of the 90s. And if you grew up in that time period, right away the anime will, of course, hit a very nostalgic spot for you, because the anime is all about video game with some romance short on the side, which is a very interesting way to tell a romance story, which we will get to momentarily. But the story itself pick up in the early 90s with our main character Haruka, who is off in an arcade doing what he do, pretty much beating everybody under the sun in Street Fighter 2. When suddenly a new challenger approached and lay weight to him very, very quickly, and in return make him any more affiliated to the point of using a cheap tactics within Street Fighter just to beat that lady. But as he come to realize that lady who randomly beat him is another student from his high school, the most popular-ish girl of his class, which is called Ono, who is I get the best way to put it, is the silent type of character with a lot of family drama built onto it, with a stereotype of trying, or family wanting her to be the perfect person, the ones of, you're gonna study every night, you're gonna take all these lessons, you're gonna be something with your life, but video game not one of them, type of stereotype family. Ono, in return, have become good at video game mainly because it's a way to escape when she is able to, that is. And in return, no one really knows about this side of her other than Selp, who had the luxury of realizing how good she truly is. So what the story start off being as this underdog story with Haruka, of him trying to become better and better to defeat Ono, because as he realized, she is pretty much good at all games. So what began as a frustration, an irritation, and just him trying to prove to himself that he is actually good at video game, slowly over time expands into a small little romance, but nothing to the point of becoming super official by any means, which we will get into detail that momentarily. But the anime itself does take place over multiple years within the 90s, going all the way from the beginning of release of Street Fighter 2 all the way into getting into the Alphas and Zero series and the release of PlayStation 1, Saturn, and so on. So over the few years, Haruka himself tried his best to become better and better, since Ono ended up moving away one year, and over the time gap, it is mainly him trying his best to become better at fighting games. So when she does return, he can finally beat her and prove he is better in Street Fighter. But over that time, we do get introduced to a whole bunch of new characters. A lot of the side characters don't really come down to a whole bunch of anything, really. There is only one other character that ends up really mattering here, which is the secondary love interest here, which is brought upon by a young girl who didn't really like video games at all, didn't really understand it, but thanks to her family owning a shop, they ended up getting some arcades, and of course, Haruka shows up to play the arcades, and over time, she started falling in love with him mainly because of his passion in video game, and just the magnetism, I guess you could say, from his love for the industry as a whole. And in return, she slowly started appreciating video games and the scene itself, which in return lead to our love interest into our main character. When, of course, suddenly, one year, I don't know, randomly back appeal in high school, and in return, we have our de facto love triangle here happening, with our main character being right in the middle here of him having to come to terms with his feelings for everything around him. Might it be Ono, might it be about video games, and what it means to be a better person, pretty much. So this series mainly boiled down from being nostalgic into light love story to a character having to come to terms with how he feel about his life at that moment. So in return, it never fully goes straight into the straight on love story stuff. It's very heavily implied, and some character might be a little more obvious than other. But for our main character himself, it's mainly him coming to terms with his feelings about everybody and his passions as a whole. The only real downside to the anime is, of course, with it being only a handful of episodes, we did leave off on a pretty big cliffhanger here. Supposedly, we're supposed to be getting 3 more OVAs here in, I believe, March of 2019 from Netflix. That will hopefully wrap this up, because it was a very anticlimactic ending that in some way, I don't want to say came out of the blue, but in return, it really did feel like it should have been 1 more episode to wrap it all up, with it not at the moment. With that being said, the stuff that they are referencing in this, all the licensed stuff that ended, because we see stuff from Capcom, Konami, we see stuff from Sony PlayStation, we see so much stuff here, and so much references to the material. If you are a fan of this time period in video game, you can't help but just be grinning from year to year, just seeing some of the references and some of the things that become very important plot point. Because Street Fighter had a huge like bottleneck for all the characters to be involved around, and in return, it become really great to watch. But outside the shortcoming of cliffhanger-ish ending, we do have some other issues here, mainly with the anime being a mix of 2D with 3D animation. A little more heavy on the 3D animation side. Don't get me wrong, some scenes don't look that bad. Some other scenes kind of stands out like a sore thumb. But you could tell mainly the 3D stuff here is you, mainly because we have a lot of like sweeping motion camera shots and 3D movement within or around the characters. So it makes sense for this being more so done in 3D. But at the same time, it is one of them things where the problem is it meshed well, but the way the camera movement is every once in a while make everything feel a little jarring. And if you don't realize what is happening in the beginning. With that being said, it's not the most horrible CG I have seen, but it at the same time is very jarring, but at the same point was obviously done for certain camera shots that may or may not add up to the scene depending on the scene itself. So just a heads up on that. It's not horrible, but it is a little jarring every now and again, and the story is very much a cliffhanger. But hopefully Netflix will rectify it with the OVA coming here soon, and we can get a proper closure to this series. So overall, I highly recommend Score if you are a fan of video games. If you're a fan, especially a video game from the 90s, and you want to see the coming of age / light love story, I recommend it full-heartedly here. So if you do want to check this out, it is available over on Netflix, in dubbed, and I believe subbed as well if you want to go that route. And yeah, so overall, I'm pretty recommending-ish. Like I said, we will see how the OVA series work out. Hopefully, it will bring closure to it all. Either way, I will let you know once them OVA series actually appeals. So, with that being said, go play some video game, guys, and I will catch you in the next video. So, did you enjoy this video of my review? If so, make sure you click over here for some more videos that you might be interested in. And if you want to help out the channel by doing like, favorite, subscribe, and all that jazz, little links over here. So, till next time, have a good one. Do all the social thingy below. Till then, have a good one, dude.